What's good, people? It's your boy back with a fragrance overload today. I'm behind as far as bringing you guys what I wore all last week, my weekend review. I didn't do one yesterday for the fragrance I had on, so I also have to do a video of what I have on right now. And if you're wondering why the hell I'm not at work, it's because I have a personal issue to take care of. But I still have time to jump in here and give you guys what you've been waiting for, and that is a ass load of fragrances today. So you're actually getting a triple dose of fragrances. I hope you guys enjoy. Let's get to it. First off, what I want to do is I want to give you guys what I had on yesterday. And the fragrance I had on yesterday is one I have never actually heard of as far as people talk about in the fragrance community. I only actually have seen this fragrance in TJ Maxx. I haven't seen it anywhere else. I have seen it on Fragrance X. Was it Fragrance? No, I had to Google it actually. I couldn't find it on Fragrance X. I had to Google it, and it popped up. And this fragrance, I have seen it go for more than 70, 80 bucks. When I saw this fragrance, it actually was about 50 bucks. It was $49.99. I waited for it to go on sale after the holidays, and I actually think I purchased this for like maybe 20 bucks, I want to say, or something like that. Um, and I actually was afraid of the fragrance because when I did finally get the note breakdown, there really isn't anything in it that really piqued my interest. But being that there wasn't anything at TJ Maxx or Ross that I was interested in, and the one they did have, which is what was it? It was, what's the name of it? God Almighty, I'm having a brain fart right now. I got so much going on. Um, Crypto Mint. They have that at TJ Maxx, but they want 50 bucks for, I think it's like a 40 or 50 milliliter bottle. I think it's a 50 ml bottle, which is really not too bad, but I can get it online for about 45, maybe 40 bucks. So I think I'll do that instead. I smell that fragrance. I really like it. And I want to get it in the collection because I do have Amen, formerly known as Angel Men. I like that fragrance, except for that tar note that you get when you first spray it on. But when it does dry down, it's a very nice, sweet, gourmandish type fragrance. So if you don't have that one either, pick it up. I think I purchased that one for about 30 or 40 bucks at Bell's in Savannah. But the fragrance I was just talking about, um, I took a chance on it, and actually just looking at the box itself, it kind of made me think of something old school, like maybe the 1970s, 1980s, maybe 1990s. Uh, More of like a grown-up type scent. I purchased it and I was shocked by it. I actually like it, and I didn't get a lot of compliments when I wore it yesterday, but I did get some compliments. And the fragrance I'm talking about is 1920, the original. And I don't know exactly how to say this last word on the bottom, but TOUS. And this is the box. It's just regular old cardboard. Nothing shiny, nothing laminated or nothing like that. Just regular old cardboard. As you can see, you have, this is a 100 ml bottle. You have information on the back, which is kind of hard to see on my camera. Nothing on the sides. Basic information, batch code, stuff like that on the bottom. And then that name again on the top, TOUS. Bottle presentation is nice. It's kind of sophisticated almost. It is see-through. kind of clear juice. I'm not sure how far down the bottle goes into this plastic piece. Um, I tried to even pull it off, but I can't really get it off. But I like the bottle, kind of manly. It's a great scent. It really is a great scent, guys. This was released in 2017, so it's fairly new. Um, it's not dated at all. It smells up to date. The atomizer is pretty nice. I like it. The scent is very nice. It has a top note of bergamot, black pepper, and cardamom. Mid notes, you get cumin, jasmine, and tea. Base notes, cedar, patchouli, and ambergris. Um, it's a woody spicy, but to me, it really doesn't smell woody or spicy. You get a little wood, not that much spice, but it does have sweetness to it. Um, and it's not sweet like you would think. When I always use Lamal or what's the other fragrance that I use? Um, Invictus, because they're like two of the most super sweet fragrances that you can that's on the market that I know of. This is not sweet like that. It just has a nice sweetness to it. It's very nice, very masculine, manly. Um, I'm assuming it's the bergamot that's in it that's giving it that kind of sweetness. Um, I don't know much about notes, so I could be wrong, but it's a very nice fragrance. Um, I like it, and if you find this fragrance, I suggest it. Longevity on it, I got about 6 hours of decent longevity. It does turn into a skin scent after about maybe the 3.5, 4 hour mark. Um, but it is still nice, and if you spray it on your clothes, your shirt or something, I mean, you're gonna get a little more longevity out of it. I did, like I said, get a couple of compliments, but nothing like overly dramatic. They just said I smelled nice, which is still a good compliment for me anyway. Next up, I want to give you a fragrance that I have been holding on to for a little while also, because I know this is highly talked about. Um, this one has um, been talked about a whole lot along with the house itself. I don't have the original to this. This is actually a flanker, and this is a club scent, a banger. It's long lasting. It's a projection monster. People are going to compliment you whether you spray on a little or a lot. I got 2 compliments just standing in the hallway. One lady was just sniffing away, and the other one just told me I smell really nice. And when I show you this can, you're already going to know what this is. I'm pretty sure a lot of people already have it. And it is Jean Paul Gaultier's Lamal or Lamel, however you want to say it. And this is the can. As you all know, they come in this tin can. Basic information on the bottom. Nothing really on the sides. Just the Jean Paul Gaultier Lamal stamp. Um, I've seen online other reviewers say that they've seen people not know how to open this can, and they take a can opener and cut the top open. You don't have to do that if you just grab the top and the bottom and pull, and that's how it comes off. And this is the iconic figure by Jean Paul Gaultier. This is the torso of a male. That's the presentation. Has this little pin to stop it from, when you're transporting it, it stops you from being able to spray it. Just pull the pin out, and that's what you have. This thing is nice. The atomizer on this is amazing. Let me give you a spray. That is very nice. That is a very nice atomizer. I like that. That's a nice mist, decent spray, and the scent is it's crazy. If you've never smelled Le Male or any of Jean Paul Gaultier's fragrances, you should go to your local store that sells them and check them out. Trust me, you will not be disappointed, especially with Ultramel. I'm glad I purchased this one. I actually bought a bootleg copy from City Trend, and it smells nothing like this whatsoever. It doesn't last long. It doesn't project any of that. I was in our local mall, and we only have Belks, and there is one other store that the Middle Eastern people run. They sell fragrances. Their price was a little higher, but I actually got this one either just before Christmas or around Christmas. The regular price on this was like 80 some odd dollars, and the lady gave me a discount, and I got it for 60. And I know my channel is all about finding those hidden gems, those cheapy scents, the $20, the $10, the $15, $20 cents, $30. I just had to have this one, and $60 was well worth having this. If it was still $80, $70, I probably wouldn't have bought it. 60 was a pretty decent price range. So out of everything I have, this is probably the only fragrance that I have ever spent this much money on. So well worth the money. If you don't have it, try it. Or if you don't have it, I should say buy it. If you haven't smelled it, go try it out. You'll like it. Very sweet, though. I will say that. This is highly sweet. If you're not used to sweet scents, don't purchase it because it will give you a headache. It doesn't bother me at all, and I've sprayed a heavy amount on just to see. But this is Jean Paul Gaultier's Le Male. Note breakdown on this one. I'm using my other phone. This is a intensely seductive fragrance for men. It opens with bergamot, let's see, it has pear, lemon, mint, and lavender. The heart has a little spiciness, and it has cinnamon, clary sage, and caraway. And the base is black vanilla husk, amber, cedar, and patchouli. And this fragrance was released or launched in 2015. Not bad at all. The price on this online, they don't really show anything. It just has a 2-ounce vial sample for like $2.55. They don't show anything else as far as like bottle sizes and what they cost. So they could be out of stock. But anyway, that's Ultramel or Ultramel. So my week, last week, I didn't give you guys my video on what I wore, the fragrances in review for last week. And I was a little tired because I had worked like 13 days in a row at my second job with no days off, which is really no excuse. I did have time, but it is what it is, guys. I apologize for slacking. But let's run it back. So, first up, I wore Insurrection by Rayanne Tradition. And if you remember seeing my videos throughout last week, you already know what I wore. But here it is again. This is a great fragrance. I just don't like this top on this thing, and this part does come off, so I can take it off if I choose to, but I left the full presentation on. I did break the little sliding thing that's on here that keeps you from spraying it. It was pretty cheap. But anyway, great scent. I got a lot of compliments when I wore this. Looking forward to wearing this again and purchasing more fragrances from Rayanne Tradition. They are also a cologne house, and if you didn't know that, they do colognes. I don't know what this is supposed to be a clone of offhand, but it is a clone nonetheless. Great scent. Next up, I purchased this one. It was really a blind buy. I watched a few reviews and I decided to give it a shot because there wasn't anything else, and I wasn't disappointed. I got a few compliments, nothing out of the ordinary, but this is Lalique Pour Homme, the Lion's Head edition. And if you don't know what the bottle looks like, this is what it looks like. Great presentation. The Lion's Head version. They have a horse head version, which is the Eau de Toilette. This is the Eau de Parfum, which is the stronger concentration. Very nice scent. Very manly, very masculine. They say this can be unisex, but I don't really see it because it smells too masculine to me. And I think I purchased this one for about 12 bucks, I think. It was on sale after Christmas. And this one I ordered on Fragrance X. I think I paid like maybe $12 to $15, maybe $17 for it. So not a bad deal. Next up, this might have been a little farther down in the week, but Ed Hardy Villain was one I also wore. This came from City Trend for $6.99. Still had the sticker on it. Not a bad scent whatsoever. I like it. I got one compliment off of this one. The initial compliment or reaction I got was that it was too strong at first when I first sprayed it on. But once it dried down, it became a great scent. And they said to me later on that this was pretty good. They like it. So, Ed Hardy Villain. Next up, this one might have been a little higher on the list as far as like Wednesday, maybe. This was Memphis. Great scent. I love it. Has a plum note in it. Plum and I think rum are the two main notes in this. Very good scent. I didn't get a lot of compliments when I wore it, but nonetheless, I still like it. This is the can presentation on it. Great scent. I think this one was 20 some odd dollars, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And I can look it up real quick. Okay. About 17 bucks, $16.57 for 3.6 ounces. So that's pretty good. And then next up, I wore another Rayanne Tradition fragrance, which is Insurrection Pure Dark, or Insurrection 2 Dark. This is the presentation on this one. You open it up from the side here. This one has the smell of like dark cherries. It's a great scent. I loved it when I wore it. I got a few compliments off of it. I also have another one that I haven't worn yet, which I'll do probably this week sometime. A very nice scent. I think this one also was about I want to say about $16 also. This one ran me $21.24. So still not a bad deal. And this also is a clone of something, and I don't know what it is, but it is a clone house. And last but not least, I believe I wore this one Saturday that night. And this is Prada Sport, Prada Luna Rossa Sport. Excuse me, Prada Luna Rossa Sport. And you'll never guess where I bought this from. But if you have seen my video I did on this when I first purchased it, you will know. I purchased this one from Ross. And as you know, this fragrance runs you at least 80, 90 to 100 and something dollars, depending on bottle size. And I think this is a 125 ml bottle. I paid $40 for this at Ross. And as soon as I saw it, I jumped on it because I know what Prada is about. And this is a great scent. I got loads of compliments when I wore this. It's very fresh, very nice. Women like it. It's a conversation starter. So if you don't have this, you should also pick it up. Make sure you purchase it for a decent price. Don't just run out and buy it at full retail just because I said so or some other reviewer said so. Make sure you find these things on discount. All of these fragrances, if you can buy them discounted, try to save yourself some money. Don't burn yourself out buying all these high price fragrances. Unless you have that money, then you can do that for bragging rights. But I don't have these fragrances for bragging rights as far as like how much money I spent. Um, I buy them because I love the fragrances. And if I can find them for a good deal, like Ultramall or Ultramel, for $60, that's what I'm going to do. Anything above the $40, $50, $60 range is too much for my blood. Unless I absolutely have to have it, but I haven't ran across a fragrance that I couldn't walk away from yet. So it is what it is, guys. Anyway, those are my fragrances from last week and two that I've worn today and yesterday. I hope this wasn't too long of a video. I hope I didn't bore you guys to death. Thanks for tuning in. It was only two guys on here. I'm pretty sure there are some other people who may check this video out later. Appreciate the support. Like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, and I'm out.